welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to briefly talk about what I have in store for myself, or I guess what this semester has in store for me. This is my second semester of my PhD studies in school psychology. In this video, I'm going to talk about all the classes that I'm taking. Am I semi-virtual? Am I fully virtual? Am I going in person? What's going on with that? I'm also going to talk about something called advanced practicum. What does that mean? And I'm going to talk about how I'm balancing all of that. I'm going to talk about thesis work, which is research, and I'm going to talk about pretty much my experience thus far. So let's get into the video. So in the fall 2020, I registered for classes, and I originally had on my plate physiological psychology, action research, regression, and another course that I can't even think of. It's out of my mind right now. And then I get an email from my program director that's like, hey, I noticed that you're not signed up for this class. And I'm like, oh man, I didn't know I had to take this class. So I ended up having to drop physiological psychology. So here are the classes that I'm taking this semester. I am taking action research, I am taking stats, which is the second half of stats, which is just regression. I'm also taking seminar, which is the ins and outs, laws and ethics, and all things school psychology. And then I'm also taking a course called ACES or CBT Practicum. So what am I doing with all of those classes? What does that even mean? Okay, action research is more like it's really hard to describe, but it's a research methods class, pretty much just that. It's an advanced research methods class. When you're a doctoral student, you take about almost 4 stats courses. I've already taken 2 at the master's level, so I got 1 waived, and I had to take action research and the second half of stats. So the second half of stats that I'm taking right now is called regression, and basically it's just an extended version of the original stats course that I took at my last program that I had last May 2020. For a class called seminar is basically laws and ethics of school psychology, along with the ins and outs of what does school psychology mean, what are the domains, what's APA, what's NASP, all of those different things. I've already taken this course at the master's level, but once you move to the doctoral level, you have to meet certain qualifications for APA when you graduate, and so this was one of them. So I had to take this course at the doctoral level, even though I've taken it technically at the master's level, but it's fine, it's okay. And the other course is called my ACES course, and it's pretty much a CBT practicum. And that's the course that I didn't know that I was actually taking. So with this course, I will be seeing 1 client this semester every week. And so this will be an in-person experience. And so yes, I actually will be going on campus now every single week. And it's really crazy. I have some footage for another vlog that's coming with me actually being fitted for an N95 mask, and well, not one, the university supplied me with 5, and then now I have to take weekly COVID tests, and I filmed that experience and what that's like. Because I'm meeting on campus and it's a direct service, I do have to take a COVID test every single week, and this last go round was my first week taking the tests through the university in a different capacity. They have drive-through, so I just basically drive through a parking garage and get my tests and go on about my day, and the results come back within 24 to 36 hours, so you know pretty soon what's going on. So yes, I'll talk a little bit more about what that means with me seeing a client in another video, because I don't want this video to be super long. Basically, I will be seeing a client and helping them to think about how to feel confident in their studies, equip them with the tools that they can use, not only in academic settings, but also in life, just to thrive. So that's basically pretty much all that is. This practicum is for advanced standing students. So most of the students who take this course are 3rd years. And myself and another student came into this program with a master's in school psychology already. So we are taking this in our 1st year. Now, moving on past that, I have a lot on my plate, y'all, a lot. So let me break this down for you, okay? So I came into this program with a master's, right? And this program is originally a 5 to 6 year program because they don't take courses in the summer, okay? So because of that, how my graduation sequence or what I can expect or when I can expect to graduate is a little bit shifted, okay? So I will be going on internship on my 3rd year, okay? So I'm in my 1st year, and then I have 2 more years of coursework, and then I'll be going on internship. Now, while I'm here doing my coursework, I have to complete a thesis. A thesis is like a mini dissertation. It's basically a research project that you come up with research questions. You do your own data and you write it all up. And most people, once they finish with their thesis, they send it off to publication and they present on it at conferences. And that's typically people's first publication in a journal, being a first author. On top of this, most of the time, if you don't come in with a master's degree in a doctoral program, this is when you get your master's in your doctoral program. So people usually spend the first 2 years creating their thesis and then presenting on it, and then after that mark they get their master's, and typically it's an MS. And because I already have my master's and because I'm going through the program at such an accelerated rate, guess what, you all? I will be trying to finish my thesis by the end of this semester. I have been working on it since August, and I'm really trying to get this done by June, or by May. And if I can't, at the latest, I have to be able to be ready to propose by the first week or 2 of the fall semester. And the reason for that is I need to go ahead and get myself ready to think about things about my perspectives, or quote unquote my dissertation, all of those good things. I also have to take comprehensive exams. I still have to take those, and that also positions you to be into doctoral candidacy, which means that you are pretty much done with all of your coursework and now you're just all about dissertation and all of those great things. So with that on my plate, I also have to find advanced practicum placements. And what that means is basically, if you've ever gone to a medical center, outpatient or whatever, and there are students there, that's me. Basically, but in the psychological realm, not necessarily medical, like when you go to a hospital for like physical health. This is more mental health things. So if you've ever been in like an outpatient psychological clinic or anything of that nature and there's students there, that's what I do, or that's what I'm trying to do. So basically, advanced practica is an internship while you're still a student and you're still taking coursework, and you spend about 10 to 20 hours a week at a certain clinical site and you gain clinical experience in something that you're really interested in. I don't want to say too much right now because I'm still going through the process and I really don't have any advice because I'm taking a stab at it just like everybody else is. And so because I am new to the area, it's a little bit harder to find one, but rest assured I am working on it and I can't wait to tell you all about it. My thesis, I can't really say too much. I know I can't say, but the thing about the thesis is this is my baby and I'm very protective of it, and while it's still in its growing season right now, I'm not really ready to share every single detail about it. But if you look in my description box, you know my research interest and it's definitely in there on what I'm going to be doing. Lastly, I want to talk about something before I close out about like imposter syndrome and feeling like you're not good enough or not confident enough. And this is something that I have recently experienced, but I've experienced it before in my master's program. And right now, when you're applying for advanced practicum placements and you're, applying for the same positions as other people in your area, other universities, and all those different type of things, sometimes your mind can have a way with saying that you might not be the best qualified for this, or you might not be good at this, or blah blah blah. And I've definitely experienced that. I've experienced feeling like I'm not great at school psychology things in multiple realms. I have very intensive knowledge about child development and all those different things, and all of the different things that school psychology is anyway. And sometimes I feel like you know, my outside of the realm of me actually being a graduate student practitioner in different clinics and all of that, I feel like sometimes just in general that people might not listen to me because they feel like I'm young and I don't have the know-how or I don't have the knowledge or whatever. But in reality, I have to always remind myself that the work that I do and how I help other people with my own two eyes, I see them and I'm helping them, and all of the experience that I've had thus far where both children, adolescents, and parents alike thank me so much for validating their concerns, making an improvement for their child and their family's lives, and actually making a difference in helping them means a lot to me. And I have to remember that, and I have to keep those experiences really close to my heart, because sometimes it can feel like, you know, I'm not good at this, no matter if somebody says, oh, I'm not taking your advice, or you don't know what you're talking about, you're young, or blah, 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 blah. All of those different type of things, those do play a role in how you think about yourself sometimes. So just saying that if you feel that way, you're not alone, because I definitely feel that way multiple times, especially throughout graduate school. I feel like I have not talked about what I do as a TA, so I'm going to talk about that very, very briefly. As a TA, I basically teach an undergraduate applied psychology course, and with that, I help to facilitate placements for undergraduate students to give reading interventions to students in the local public school district. And I also talk about hard, critical issues within social justice and educational equity, and really help to inspire students to see themselves, see the world beyond themselves, and to see how they can be a giver to their community at large and within wherever they are. On top of that, I also do work for my advisor's nonprofit, and that's basically what runs that reading intervention and what has created that and all of those great things. So I also am a tutor myself sometimes, and I'm also coaching new tutors who are volunteers from the community that are outside of my undergraduate students. And so I have a lot going on. I work 20 hours a week with doing that, sometimes a little bit over than that. I'm also studying constantly because stats is not my favorite thing, and it's also not my strong suit, and I've been very vocal about that, so I have to study extra hard for that. And I have papers to write, I have research to complete, I'm also looking for advanced practicum stuff, and I'm also planning a wedding. So I do have a lot on my plate, and I even think right now I'm already forgetting things that I have on my plate already. So yes, I am trying to make videos so that I can share with you all my experience and what's going on, but I just wanted to give you all an update. I hope this was great. I hope that it was nice and succinct, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you all for interacting with me on Instagram, and I love seeing you all over there, and I also love seeing you all here on YouTube. Thank you all, and have a great week. See you in the next video. Bye.